Hello everybody, I'm Wade Allen, and most people know me as Mr. Hollywood because I'm their connection to the stars, and this is episode 4 of my new web series, The Best of Mr. Hollywood. I share Hollywood stories about celebrities I've met and known, and today we're going to be talking about actress Christine Lakin. And Christine is a really cool person, and she's one of my friends in Hollywood, which is really cool. She's always been an actress, but here lately she's also turned her efforts and talents in Hollywood behind the scenes. She's a director now. She's directed several episodes of the TV show called The Goldbergs, and just thought I'd give you a little bit of background about how I knew Christine's work. Growing up, I watched a lot of sitcoms, family sitcoms especially. It's like Full House, Family Matters. I loved that TGIF lineup. You remember that? So I loved Step by Step. And it was kind of like a modern day Brady Bunch, where a man and a woman fall in love and combine their families, and that's where the humor comes in. And it starred Patrick Duffy, who was already super famous because of the TV show Dallas. And it also was Suzanne Summers' return to primetime. And the show was such a hit that it enjoyed a long run, just like Family Matters and Full House did. My favorite on Step by Step was the youngest daughter, Al Lambert. And she was a tomboy, and Christine Lakin played Al. And she wore a backwards ball cap and had a pet piglet and was quite the tomboy. She kept it real, and armed with razor-sharp wit and a comeback for every occasion, she kept all of her siblings in line, which was always really cool. Christine is a native of the South. She loves her fans. She's had a really wonderful career in show business, managing to transition from a child star to finding acting work as an adult. She's also a voiceover artist on Family Guy. So if you enjoy Family Guy, chances are you've probably heard Christine's voice before. I love Christine's sense of humor. That was on full display in her very popular web series called Lakin. And I followed Christine on Twitter and enjoyed reading what she had to say day by day. It seems like she lives a real fascinating life, and I remember thinking that years ago. And plus, I admired her greatly for not only surviving being a child star in show business, but thriving. Here she is still working in an industry that's known for high unemployment. So she must be doing something right. So she really seemed to have it going on. Around 2014, the end of the year, maybe first of 2015, I started chatting Christine up on Twitter. I would ask her questions. We would talk a little bit about old TV shows, and to my delight, I found her so down to earth, honest, approachable, fun, and she was very appreciative. And she was excited to hear that I liked her web series, Lakin, and I just thought she had such a fascinating life. And on Facebook and Twitter, I asked her questions, and she always responded. And I became interested in her theater work. She was very active in theater. She is very active in theater work in Los Angeles, and particularly at the Gary Marshall Theater there in Toluca Lake near Burbank, and which is formerly the Falcon Theater. It was founded by the legendary director Gary Marshall, who was a wonderful, wonderful man. And Mr. Marshall opened that theater himself, and he served as a mentor to Christine, and she was cast in shows there, and I Googled their names together, and there were a lot of pictures of them together, smiling brightly at red carpet events. I could tell they really thought a lot of each other, and Gary Marshall was a prince of a man, and as Christine would later tell me, he's the nicest guy in Hollywood, which is absolutely true. I met Gary just a few months before his death, And it was really one of the great pleasures of my life, truly. Very memorable. If you're not familiar with Gary Marshall's name, you'll know his work. He was a legendary movie director of such films as Pretty Woman and The Princess Diaries. He created sitcoms like Happy Days, Mork and Mindy, Laverne and Shirley. His sister was the great actress Penny Marshall. You may remember her as Laverne on Laverne and Shirley. Back to Christine Lakin. Getting to know her more on social media was just incredible. It was early 2015, and it was so cool to talk to an actress from my childhood who I really looked up to. I remember watching those episodes of Step by Step when I was a little kid while my mom cooked dinner. And so hearing from Christine personally on Twitter was really quite nostalgic. It brought back a lot of good memories. I discovered her delicious sense of humor as an adult, and we both share the feeling that laughter is the greatest medicine. And one day I saw Christine post about theater shows around Los Angeles, that she was going to be in a show at Rockwell Table and Stage, which is a venue in LA. And I wrote Christine a letter in December 2014 in care of the Rockwell Theater. And I just asked for an autographed picture from my collection. That's what I asked for. I included a self-addressed stamped envelope like I usually do, just out of courtesy. And after a few weeks, I sent a tweet to Christine, and whose Twitter handle is Lakin. And I said, did you get the package I mailed to you at Rockwell Table and Stage? Hoping you did. I sent it before your last performances. And within no time, Christine responded, and she said, I did indeed. I just mailed you back. And so in a few days, a large envelope in the mail came, and inside was a current headshot from Christine and a handwritten note thanking me for being such a big fan. I framed each of those and made room for the treasures atop one of my tables in my home office. And I kept in touch with Christine on social media. One day she took questions from fans on Facebook, and I asked about her work on stage. And she was really delighted that I was interested in that aspect of her career. And she told me about some of the plays she'd been involved with. Many were at Gary Marshall's theater there in Toluca Lake. And I became more and more interested in Christine's work. I watched her web series a lot, over and over, even though I had already seen all the episodes. And I loved the way she could subtly make the audience laugh. It came so effortless to her. You know, talent is talent. And even though I had seen the episodes over and over, I still laughed. And it was funny without being goofy. And the situations she shared on there were just always funny. And they're still available on YouTube. If you type in Lovin' Lakin and watch her web series, it's a hoot, I'm telling you. One day, I made up my mind that I was going to Los Angeles to meet Christine sometime. And when I make up my mind about something, it's done. And so I sent Christine a tweet, and I said, the next time you're appearing on stage, I will be there. I will be there. I'm coming to meet you. I want to meet you. And she replied, I love that. And sure enough, within a few months, my opportunity came. And Christine posted online that she'd taken a role in a one-night-only theater event at the Montalban Theater there on Vine Street, just off Hollywood Boulevard, right in the middle of Hollywood. And the Montalban Theater is, of course, named after Ricardo Montalban, the great actor. Many people remember from Fantasy Island. The show is called the Unauthorized Musical Parody of the O.C. Do you remember that show, The O.C.? It was sure to be a good night of laughs, and so I bought a front row ticket. I booked my flight, got my hotel reservations, and I was ready to go. And the trip would be considerably quicker than usual, just a few days compared to what my week-long adventures in Hollywood usually are. I was just going to fly in actually for just a long weekend. but that still left plenty of time for sightseeing, and I made the most of it. So I actually own a scrapbook that I made about mine and Christine's friendship, and it literally starts at the beginning when I first started writing her, and some of the pictures that she autographed for me. And here is my ticket from when I went to the show in Hollywood to see her, August 30th, 2015, my front row ticket. And there is Christine's picture there on the red carpet that night. And this scrapbook is a treasure of mine. It's filled with notes and letters that she has written me. It's filled with all kinds of pictures of her. It's filled with pictures of her and me. It's really, really so dear to me. And that night, I went down to the theater to see Christine in her play. And it was so cool. I got to see her walk the red carpet before the show. And in the lobby, before the show started, I met several cast members of the OC, which was really cool. I really enjoyed meeting Rachel Bilson. She was really very nice to me. And we, of course, took a selfie together. And I met several other actors in the lobby that night that had come to see the show, which was really a star-studded event. Autumn Reeser was in it, Molly McCook, Betty Who, Christine, of course, were some of the cast members in the one-night-only show. So it was really very memorable. After the show, I met Christine in the lobby, and I finally got to meet her. Oh, it was so much fun. We took a picture together, and I no sooner made it back to the hotel than she had sent me a tweet, and it said, "Wade, I hope that pic of us was cute. Please tweet it. Thanks again for coming to support me and the OC musical all the way from North Carolina." And so that was really cool. Christine has written me a lot of notes through the years, and I thought I would just read a couple of them. Here's one that she wrote me. It doesn't have a date on it. Must have been for Christmas time, though. It says, "Wade, thanks so much for your kind note. I'm happy to know you enjoyed Loving Lakin. I had a blast making it. Thanks for following my career and for the support. Means a lot. I hope you have a great holiday and Happy New Year. Love, Christine." And she actually sent a picture out to us of her autographing pictures and responding to fan mail. And you can see my package in the picture, which is really cool. The night that we met in Hollywood, she went home and followed me on Twitter, which was really cool. And that meant we could send each other direct messages and communicate that way. And so I went back to the hotel, and I heard my phone go ding, and I looked, and it said, "Wade Allen, you have a new follower on Twitter, Christine Lakin." And so that was really cool. Here's another note that she wrote me. "Wade, thanks for your sweet note. I'm so happy Loving Lakin has made you and your sister laugh. Grief is a difficult emotion to process, and I also think laughter is the best medicine. I feel very lucky to have done what I love my whole life, and it's because of awesome fans like you. Thank you." And anytime I send pictures to Christine, she always responds to me and sends me letters. She sent me a very touching letter right here after we met in Los Angeles. I sent her a copy of a picture of the two of us so she'd have one. And Christine wrote me this letter, and it says, "Wade, it was so lovely to meet you in LA. You have such a warm presence, and I love a southern accent for the record. Makes me feel at home. Love to you, and thanks for all your support. XO, Christine." So that's really cool, and I just love this scrapbook. It's so cool. It's full of pictures of her. From then on, we sent direct messages on Twitter. She always talked about how she loved my accent. She loved my voice. One time, I was collecting celebrity lipstick prints from celebrities. I would, when I met them in person or through the mail, I would send them a 4x6 a blank index card, and I would ask them to kiss the index card, to leave their lipstick print, and then autograph it for me. And I ended up getting a lot of them. It was really a pretty cool little project. And one time I wrote Christine, and I told her about the project, and asked her if she would give me a signed lipstick print, and she did, which was really cool. That was very memorable. Christina and her husband have 2 children. They live in Los Angeles, and she's very active on social media, Instagram mostly these days, but she still does have Twitter and all. These days, we talk some via Instagram, which is really cool. During quarantine, she's gone live a few times on Instagram, which is really neat, and she always loves seeing me on there. When I get on there, she'll always say, "Hey, Wade," she notices when I get on and say hello, which was really cool. She was just on probably about a month ago, just impromptu one evening, and it was really cool to see her on there. Here's the one, a more recent letter. This was after her daughter was born. It says, "Hi Wade, thanks for your kind letter and congratulations. Baby Georgia keeps us very busy these days, but she's so much fun, and it's actually the best role I've had yet." So happy you got to meet Gary Marshall. What a gem. Truly the sweetest human around Hollywood. I can't wait to start Hollywood Darlings this fall. It's going to be a blast. Love those gals. Lots of great 90s cameos set to appear as well. Stay tuned. So she thanks me again for writing. And what she was referring to was a new show that actually ran for 2 seasons on Pop TV called Hollywood Darlings. And if you haven't had a chance to go see that, it is absolutely hilarious. I love it. And I've seen every episode several times. You can find it on the Roku channel if you stream your TV services. And again, it's called Hollywood Darlings. And it stars Christine Lakin and Jodie Sweetin and Beverly Mitchell. And they talk about being former child stars who managed to make it in Hollywood, which is really cool. Jodie Sweetin, you may remember from Full House. I've actually interviewed Jodie Sweetin before, and she's a very, very nice person. We actually went out to dinner one time in a limo, which was really cool. She was really sweet to me. I have never met Beverly Mitchell. She's known to fans as Lucy Camden on Seventh Heaven. And I have written her a fan letter before, but I never have met her. That would be really cool. My last Christine story is that one time I had a picture of Christine, and I'm holding it here, but I'll flash it up on your screen. Christine and the comedian and actress Lauren Lapkus. And you may remember Lauren from Orange is the New Black. She also was on Big Bang Theory. And last month when I was in Los Angeles, I went to see Lauren in an improv comedy show in Hollywood. And after the show, I got to hang out with Lauren, and that was so cool. And I took the picture already signed by Christine, and I asked Lauren to sign it too, and she graciously did. And she was really very nice. And so that was cool. I finally got my picture of Christine and Lauren signed, so that was neat. And so that's the story about my scrapbook and my friendship and admiration of Christine Lakin. She's really cool. If you don't know about Christine, go follow her on Instagram and Twitter, Yo Lakin, Y-O Lakin, L-A-K-I-N. And thanks so much for watching. I hope you all have a wonderful day. Thank you again. Episode 5 will be coming up soon. I appreciate everybody's messages and support for my new web series. It's been just awesome. So thank you so much for your time today, and have a wonderful day.